All right, so I just want to thank you guys for being here. And this is, I always say this is my favorite thing that I do. And the reason being is it's a chance to be able to share something with you. And I don't know if you guys noticed that the people that brought you here, they were kind of excited about having you come here. Does it make sense? Sometimes they asked you like one time, sometimes they asked you 2 times, sometimes they've been asking you for a year, and then finally you're here. And so I just want to welcome you, and I just want to thank you. The reason why they actually care is because when something's working right in your life, you kind of want to share it with people. You know what I mean? Like if you found something that makes a difference, like because the people that you care about most, you want to share it with them. So guess what? Guess who you guys are? People that they care about. So make sure you give them a big hug. We got 2 options tonight. When I was thinking about this, we can do option A, which is that it's a pre-planned thing that I had kind of written out and it was going to communicate with you. Or option B, I can just speak to you from my heart. So we're going to take a poll. Option A, option B. Okay, I'm going out. I just want to make sure that some people are so I just want to make sure on it. So here's the thing: is that today I had a patient that came in, and she reminded me of like what happened with her father. And I'm going to tell you this story, and it's near and dear to my heart because just so you've never really met me, my background is this: is that I grew up in a typical household, like just the average person. You know, we had a problem, we went to our doctor. We went to our doctor, he gave us like lollipops, and you know, like in fact, my grandfather was chief of staff up in a hospital. Like we knew all the doctors at the time, and so that's what we did. You know, we got every single time that we got sick, even though there was a virus, we got our antibiotics. You know, every single time that we have a headache, we took a headache pill there. You know, when my mom had she decided she didn't want to have any more kids, and they tied her tubes. They accidentally tied her ureters, and she went into kidney failure. But she then sent the doctor a note thanking him for saving her life. Like that's where we were, and that continued on. And we have 9 kids in our family, just to give you a perspective there. And so that continued on until one day my sister, who's like the 3rd sister below me, was diagnosed with cancer. And she was diagnosed with cancer, and it wasn't just like your normal cancer, because first of all, kids aren't supposed to get cancer. And I remember my parents, when they came home, they said that because she'd been falling on the playground, and we couldn't figure out why, because she was the best athlete of all of us. And it turned out she had a brain tumor, and she's 12 years old. And we were wondering, like, what's going to happen? They said, well, it's the doctor said that there's nothing they can do. And this is back in the 80s, where they're like, let's try anything. Let's do heroic brain surgery. Let's do chemotherapy. And they tried everything. And they said, there's nothing we can do. She's got about 3 months to live. So my parents, like at that point, they're like, we're going to fight for our kids. We're going to fight for our family. And so they took her down to the Gerson Institute down in Mexico. They tried every single alternative therapy you can imagine. They did juicing. Like she was juicing 50 pounds of vegetables a day as a 12-year-old there. She came back in about 3 months later. She started school in September. This was in May. She started school in September. In October, the end of October, the doctor's office called us. And he said, we just need to get her date of death. And we're like, what do you mean her date of death? She's alive. And they're like, you got to get her in right now. We got to see what's going on there. And so they brought her in, and they said, oh, this is a miracle. If we do chemo right now, we can save her life. Well, this is the insanity of it all. And so we end up fighting it. We said, no, she's just fine. Well, then all of a sudden we call in, if you're not going to take, in the 80s, if your doctor said you do something, they're calling in Child Protective Services. And the judge said, boom, you have to do chemo until we figure this thing out. She died before Thanksgiving. So when I was at her funeral and I looked around, she wasn't in pain anymore. She was in a much better place. But the one thing that I will never forget is seeing the pain on my brothers and sisters' face, seeing the pain on my parents' face, the aunts and uncles. It's not the people that die. Or the people that get sick that suffer. It's all the people that are around us every single day. Like if you look right now, we have 1 out of 2 people in the United States at the age of 85 that don't even know their own name because they have Alzheimer's disease. 3 out of 10 people at the age of 75 don't even know their own name. Like those are scary statistics, and they know that at 60, 4 out of 10 people don't even know their own name. But those 60-year-olds are going to become 75-year-olds, are going to become 85-year-olds, and they say that by 2040, imagine this. 1 in 2 people at the age of 65 will have Alzheimer's and won't remember their own name. And we know that it just doesn't affect that person, but if you've ever known somebody with Alzheimer's or cancer or heart disease, it affects every single person around them. And so it was at that moment, literally, I was planning on being a pediatrician, but when I was in the hospital, I didn't see anybody touching her. I didn't see anybody healing her. I didn't see anything. Basically, they said if she survives the chemo, she'll survive the cancer. And literally, it was lethal to her. And so what ended up happening was at that moment, I basically said that there's something more to this. Like, I knew that there was a calling, but I didn't know what it was. And then I was a wrestler in high school, and I ended up hurting my neck, and I ended up starting dislocating my shoulder. My mom brought me to Dr. Gagran, and he said, look, you got a pinched nerve in your neck. It's going to the muscle, the nerves in the shoulder. You're going to keep dislocating your shoulder. I already lost my wrestling scholarship. He started adjusting me. I ended up wrestling all the way through high school, went on to state, got a scholarship in college, and wrestled all the way through college. It's because he told me the principle, like I'm telling you here tonight, that there's a power in your body, and there's a power that heals your body each and every single time, as long as there's no interference. And so at that moment, when I heard that, it was like an explosion went off my head. When that explosion went off my head, I knew that was my calling. And what ended up happening was I ended up going to chiropractic college because I went to school, I met my wife, because I met my wife, I had my kids, and here I am right now sitting talking to you 621,000 adjustments later, 24 years. And it was only because somebody took the time to tell me the truth, how the body heals. And since that time, that's why I'm here tonight. That's why I'm not with my family, because there's a truth that has to get out. Because I look around, and it's just, if you think it's an abomination of what's happened with Alzheimer's, you look at cancer, you look at diabetes, you look at every other chronic, progressive, deteriorative disease that's out here in this country, and we have the average person at 65 is taking 7 or more medications on a daily basis. And you look at somebody's medicine cabinet, you open it up, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's full. Does that mean that person's healthy or sick? Right, and so the average person is spending 25 different prescriptions per year. The average child, 46% of children are already diagnosed with a chronic progressive disease that is going to be with them for the rest of their life. 50% of people in the entire country are taking a daily medication with the hopes of reaching their full potential and actually getting back what they lost, which is their health, which they were given with the day they were born as a gift. And so where does this all come to? So today when she came in, she reminded me of her father. And so 4 years ago, her father was, 5 years ago, her father was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. And if you know what stage 4 lymphoma is, that's it. And she's like, what can we do? What can we do? And I said, get him in right away. Like, what's the plan? They're like, well, we're going to take him to Cancer Treatment Centers of America. And Cancer Treatment Centers of America, it's supposed to be the most evolved, integrative treatment center there. And she said, but they don't have an opening for 4 months. Well, what do you do? And I said, get him in. And so we brought him in, we checked his spine, we started restoring the communication between his brain and his body. We started letting the power of God put in his body be able to work in his body. We changed his nutrition. We started getting a stage 4 person with lymphoma exercising on a daily basis there. We started detoxing and removing his toxicity. We literally focused not on what was wrong with him, but what was right with him. Because if he could cut himself, he can heal. And we knew that he could heal. And the problem is that so much of the time we've had things professed over us that we're limited, that we're less than, that we're incapable of doing something. And we look at other people and we're like, that person died, so I have to die. No, that's not the case there. As long as you do what everybody else does, why would you be any different than anybody else? So we went to Cancer Treatment Centers of America. He's alive 4 months later. If you know anything about stage 4 lymphoma, it goes quick like that. And they showed up, and then the first thing that they do is they spend 4 days doing testing. 4 days. Like not even doing anything, but during that time, they do a mandatory nutrition class. And in this mandatory nutrition class, they literally tell him everything the opposite of what we told him to do. They said, go ahead and eat sugar, it's not a bad deal. Go ahead and drink as much milk as you want. You can eat with the nutrition, just make sure you keep your fats down. Don't, if you want to drink soda, make sure it's diet soda. This is the most advanced alternative treatment center. And if that makes your jaw want to drop, they called us and they were in a quandary, like, what do we do? And I said, what makes sense to you? What makes sense to you? Because over here we have this commonly accepted thing that the average person is doing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And the average person is getting one result. Then over here we have this common sense area that says, look, sugar feeds cancer cells. Why would you ever feed somebody with cancer sugar? And so we started talking, and they finally said, you know what? we'll just wait to see what they say. And then they actually called him in. They called him in, they said, you need to bring the whole family. So they called the whole family, and they literally flew from here out to Ohio. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they called them in, and they said, I don't know what you're doing. This leukemia is in remission. There's very early cancer detected right now. And she just reminded me of it today, as she was kind of like crying a little bit about it. But the point is this, is that center, its job is to give you the best chemotherapy. Its job is to give you the best radiation and to keep you alive longer than anybody else. My job is to make sure that you do not have a longer lifespan, but a healthy lifespan. That's the job of what we have. That's what our calling is here. And that's when I was sitting at my sister's funeral, and that's why this really struck me. I had to get this off my heart to you guys today. Because we have to remember who we are and whose we are. We have to remember that there is a power in us that created us. There's a power in us that heals us, and it heals us every single day. And we forgot we've had our power robbed from us. Somebody that's told us that we're less than. Somebody that's told us that we need to go to the doctor to get well. But what happens if the doctor, gives a pill to a dead person? Does anything happen? No. It's the life that does everything, that creates everything. And so what I want to remind you is that literally in your brain is life. That's how we define whether somebody's alive or dead or not. That life flows down your spinal cord. Life flows through the nerves. It flows to your heart so your heart beats. It flows to your lungs so your lungs breathe. It flows to your intestines so that tonight we're going to break bread together. But it's not the food that digests itself. It's the power that goes to the organs that digest it there. And so when we start looking at what health is, most people think that health is how we feel, right? So my dad had cancer at 56. Ran a marathon. He ends up dying from cancer 6 weeks later with it. He didn't feel bad before that. And we all know people that have been diagnosed with cancer and they just feel fine before it comes on. Right? That's the worst way to base your health is on how you feel. When we start looking at heart disease, the worst way to base your health on your heart is that you've got a 1 in 4 chance of dying from your first heart attack. That's the first symptom in half of the cases of heart disease is a heart attack, and you got a 50% chance of dying from that heart attack. That's the worst way. That's the worst in Russian roulette. You could spin a revolver and have better chances of actually living than basing your health on how you feel. And whether it comes from, it's like basing your relationships on how you feel, right? Oh, it's not that bad, right? There's no symptoms. We're not in fights right now. That means we got a great relationship. No, we got to start raising our standards there. And so what my job tonight is to implore you is to get a new mindset about what health is. Health isn't how you feel. It's how you function. And most people have what we call a power problem. Like if you cut the nerves of the heart and no power is getting to that heart, that's not the heart's fault. As it says, if you cut the nerves to the lungs and the lungs stop working, that's not the lungs' problem. They got a power problem there. And so people are walking around from the front, your spine's got to be completely straight. From the side, you have to have 3 nice smooth curves. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. That's a fact. And anytime that you don't have those curves, that it's not straight, and anytime you don't have those curves, there's damage to the nervous system. There's a power problem developing in your body. And we really have a choice. We have a choice to wait until there's enough damage and there's enough destruction in the body that all of a sudden one day we say, hey, I don't feel good. But the question for you is at what point will that be? Do you wait until it's just a little bit bad or a lot bad there? Do we wait until we have back pain or neck pain and there's enough damage to decay and destruction in the spine to actually do something about it? And that's why I'm here tonight. Because after 24 years, and after literally putting my hands on over 600,000 people, there's a point where you put your foot down, you're like, enough already. Enough already. I'm sick of seeing sick and suffering people out there on their knees, begging for a solution, looking for something that will help them to fulfill their purpose on this planet there. Somebody's got to say something. That's what tonight was. You guys asked for my heart. That's my heart tonight. That's what gets me up in the morning every single morning. That's what puts me to bed at night. Because I know there's a better way. I know there's a better way. And it really comes down to this. in Maximize Living, and I'm a Maximize Living doctor. Literally, I've committed to changing the way that people perceive and receive their healthcare until 2048. And after that, well, then that's up to my son to be able to take over there. I'll be 72 at the time. I won't take any new patients at that time. I'm not giving up. And I feel bad for the last patient that I have because I'll probably end up like that. Well, maybe I'll have like a little prize or a box or something last patient gets. But the point is this. This isn't something that I do. This is my mission, to get out there and to touch people's lives and to remind them, like I said, who they are and who they are. And to do that, you have to realize that you've got to step back. You've got to step back because we've gotten in the habit of just kind of going through our days. Does that make sense? Like, it's just the normal day. What are you talking about, a normal day? Like, you're alive. There's a sun out there that if that sun was a mile closer, it would fry you. And if it was a mile further away, it would freeze to death there. Like, that's amazing to me. There's miracles inside of us every single day. And when you step back and you look at, you have 72 trillion cells in your body. Those 72 trillion cells work together in perfect harmony to be able to, and when those cells are healthy, you are healthy there. And they find that to be able to have it, those cells work, the electrons have to be able to spin around in orbit just in a particular way. And if they didn't, there'd be a nuclear explosion. Does that make sense? Like, the people would be exploding as they walk down the street. It doesn't happen because there's an intelligence. In fact, last week, there was an article that just came out. And it was really fascinating. And what they said was there's a plant called the Doppler plant. And what it does is it attaches to the side of a different type of plant. And they call it a parasitic plant. But what the Doppler plant does is they found that when a bug or like an insect comes, it registers that and it sends a message to the other plant to allow it to change its DNA so that it can become resistant to that bug. But more importantly, that other plant now sends a message down through the root system to all the other plants in the field. Check this out. And they all change their DNA instantaneously. See, what we have to do is we have to take a moment, we have to take a step back and be in a place of awe about the world that we live in. We have to take a step back and be in a place of awe about the gift of the human body that you've been given. And just remember, your body's a temple. It's there for you to take care of. And you don't desecrate it. You take care of it and maintain it. And so when you stand in a place of awe, when you see a sunset, when you see an incredible sight for the first time, what it does is it forces you to change the way that you think forever. And that's my job tonight, is to have you step back in a place of awe about your body and about the temple that it is, and that your body is the only vessel that you have to run the race that you're even commissioned to live. And so what I ask you to do tonight is to take a stand. Because here's the thing, most people when they're born and they're a kid, they don't grow up saying, oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to being in the nursing home there, right? Nobody does that. Like, that's never happened. Everybody thinks that they're going to be on the cruise ship. They think that they're going to go on the cruise ship and they're going to retire. And the problem is that the average person, their healthy life expectancy is 69 years old. They work their whole life and they sacrifice so much and they give up so much. And then what ends up happening is that they retire at 65, at 69, now we start going to the doctor. And the average person spends the last 10 years of their life just going in and out of the doctor or spending $127,000 a year at a nursing home. That's not the plan. And I think the thing that I'm going to ask you is that if you don't have a plan, you have a plan to what? Yeah, right. Every single time. Like, if you don't have a plan, so you got to look at your plan. You got to look at your math. Because if you're a little bit off right now, if we're starting in California and you want to get to Florida, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're going west and you're trying to get to Florida, it doesn't matter how bad you want to get to Florida. You're never getting to Florida. Does that make sense? You're going to end up in the big drink. And so that's where most people are. In this country, we take 80% of the medications in the entire planet. We take 90% of the painkillers and 99% of the oxycodone in the entire planet. That's crazy numbers there. We're 5% of the world's population. We go to the doctor more, we spend more on healthcare than any other country in the entire planet. Yet we're 70th in the world as far as health and well-being of our population. We are going west when we're trying to get east. And we're frustrated. We're like, how come I can't get it? And how come I can't get to Florida? It's because you're going in the wrong direction. And you're going to have to make a decision when you feel like you're running up against the wall. when you feel like that there's something more inside of you, when you feel like that things aren't right. And if you're doing the same things, why would you ever expect a different result? And that's what my calling is tonight. Look, this is, as a Maximized Living Doctor, as a Maximized Living Doctor, you have to understand that there's 500 doctors like me. We started about 10 years ago. And we started sitting around in a room like this. We would come together and share ideas. And then all of a sudden, one night, Obama was elected. And we looked around, and one person said, "Oh my gosh, a black man was elected. That's amazing. That just happened tonight." And somebody over here said, "No, it didn't happen tonight. It took 50 years for that to happen." It took 50 years. And it was at that moment when snap in all of us, we said, "Oh my gosh, we got to get a bigger vision." And so that's what Maximized Living started out as, is a group of doctors that were committed to changing healthcare as we know it there. And to do that, we have to change people's mindsets. We have to change their mindsets that the only solution is getting less sick. Because most people, they walk into a room, right? If you walked into my office, a lot of times, have you ever been to a doctor and they said, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how bad is it? You guys ever had that? Every single time, right? So that would mean that when you're at a 0, that you're nothing. Right? And at 10 is like bad. I'm going to change your mindset right now. What I want you to think about is this. I want you to think of it as a scale of -10 to +10. Okay? So -10 is right here. You're on your death door. You're in the hospital. You're just barely struggling to stay alive. And what happens with most people is they go from -10 and they're at an 8 and they're like, "I'm fine now. That's not. I was way over here." Or maybe they're at when they come in, they're at a 5, at -5 out of 10. But they were at a 10, so you ask them, and I had this one lady, I asked her, I said, on our intake form, they'll say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your health right now? Where was it? And where do you want to be? She said, it's a 10 out of 10 right now. It was a 2 out of 10, and I want to be a 5 out of 10. I'm like, that's all you want, is to be a 5 out of 10? Because she didn't believe it was possible. She had spent so much time in this negative area. So what happens is a lot of times we go to a doctor, this is what we call the disease area. This is what we call the sick area. So we're just trying to not be sick. So now we get back to a big fat 0, and we start patting ourselves on the back. And this is what we call the I'm fine zone. This is the scariest zone. This because you're always moving forward or backwards. Does that make sense? You're getting healthier or sicker, you're getting stronger or weaker there. And so nobody ever stays at 0. And nature, the world, breaks us down. It's always pushing us in this direction. The problem is when we're in this area, we think, oh my gosh, I'm doing fine, but we're leaving everything over here, this +10 on the table. There's so much more energy. There's so much more vitality. There's so many more relationships that we can have. There's so much more connection, so much more everything that we leave on the table when we just committed to our very best being a 0. And so tonight is about math. And that's what all I'm talking about tonight. Is that there's 5 things that I'm going to ask you to do. Number 1 is you got to look at your health philosophy. If your health philosophy is the same as the sick people that you know, I'm going to suggest that you change it. Like if you look around and if you do the same things that everybody else does, I'm going to ask you to ask different questions. Number 2 is I want you to get your nervous system checked. And the reason being is simple. It's not about getting your spine checked. It's not about bad backs or bad necks. But your nervous system controls everything. And so if that is where life flows, wouldn't you want to know how your nervous system is functioning, if it's balanced or not, if it's working right or not? Because that's how you perceive the world. That's how you adapt to the world, is through your nervous system. Every touch, taste, smell, sight, sound, you experience it through your nervous system. Like the last time you got a hug, you experienced it through your nervous system. Like a beautiful smell, a beautiful sunrise, you experience through your nervous system. So when you have damage in your nervous system, well, what we do know is that within 2 weeks there's permanent degeneration in the spine. But within 6 weeks of somebody having a shifting or twisting, there's damage to the nervous system. And within 6 months, that damage to the nervous system is permanent. The problem is that we've been coached to base our health on how we feel. And unfortunately, 5% of the nervous system is pain sensitive. So we're basing our health on 5% of the information. And that's no wonder why everybody has no clue what's going on with their health. And so that's why the second step is get your nervous system checked to see how it's functioning. If it's doing great, fantastic. If it's not, you really got a choice. Like, at least you know, but at least you can do something about it. You don't have to wait until you're in crisis. The third thing is you got to look at your nutrition. You got to look at your nutrition because that's what rebuilds your body. Like, if you're putting garbage in, why would you ever have a magnificent body? Like you're either feeding cancer, feeding heart disease, feeding diabetes, feeding autoimmune issues there, feeding brain degeneration, or you're feeding magnificence. And that's where you got to have a plan there. There's so much information out there, you can get lost. That's my job. I literally take thousands of journals. You can even ask my team. I spend so much time just pouring into them. I'm reading constantly just so you don't have to read, so I can filter through that. The fourth thing is you got to exercise. The average child right now that's 18 years old, their exercise level is equivalent to that of a 60-year-old. Think about that. Like, where are we going to be in the next 40 years? Well, statistics already show that this is the first generation where our children aren't expected to outlive their parents. And that you've probably heard that before. That's a startling fact that our parents didn't have. Our children, when we were children, we didn't have autoimmune issues. We didn't have all these allergies and asthma issues to the same degree. But our children weren't on, 50% of our children weren't on a mood-altering medication at this time. Actually, I take that back. It's 42%. But I just rounded it up. But still, hopefully that's disarming for you, that if they've been diagnosed with a mood disorder, a psychiatric disorder, something's going wrong. Because if we saw a herd of wildebeest, and all the wildebeest children, half of them were sick, we wouldn't say, oh, that's a genetic thing, or maybe that's a parent thing. No, we say there's something wrong in the environment that they're living in. We got to change the environment. And we got to move, because your brain literally is a battery. And so if your brain's a battery, how do you charge that battery is through movement. So if you're not moving, the average person sitting at a desk, 8 hours a day, they say sitting at a desk is equivalent to your health of smoking a packet and a half of cigarettes a day. If you're just sitting there at a desk, you literally, it's equivalent to smoking a packet and a half of cigarettes. And why is that? Because your body's not moving. It's not charging up the brain, and the brain is not able to send power. You've got a power problem there. And the last thing is toxicity. You guys know what the number one toxin that most people are exposed to is? The medications that they take. Right? The medications, because the medications have never been studied more than 120 days. Guess who they test their medications on? You. They test them on you. Like, you are the guinea pigs. That's why they'll put something on the market and they'll pull something off the market when enough people die. That's why it took 50,000 people to die of heart attacks before they pulled Vioxx off the market. That's why when they look at what was the one that starts with an A, the diabetes medication, I'm sorry, it eludes me. But another 50,000 people had to die of heart attacks from this diabetes medication, which caused heart problems. So you ever notice that there's no medication that doesn't have a side effect? Every medication has a side effect. And then you get to a point where you have one medication, then you take another one for the side effect of that one, another one, and it's a vicious downward spiral. The more healthy you try to get by taking the more medications, the sicker we get. And that's where the average person is. But the other problem is this, is that you look at our personal care products. We look at the air that we breathe. Like I tried to go fishing with my son. I have to drive 2 hours away from here to find a fish that I can actually eat if I was to go fishing with my son. That's scary. We live. What is the difference between us and fish? We live in the same pond that the fish live in there. So you have to be aware of those things. And if we can address those things, and if we can work on it, it's going to be easy? No. Because you know what's easy? Easy is going from 0 to negative 10. It takes no effort. But to get from 0 to plus 10, you're going to have to put work in on a daily basis there. And so here's the call to action. Here's my call to you, is I actually call you to raise your standards for yourself. Raise your expectations for your health. Raise your expectations for the health of your family. Raise the expectations for the health of your church and your community there. Raise our expectations for the world that we live in. Because the world will only meet our expectations. And the problem is this, is that we will never rise higher than the expectations of the people around us. So we have to educate them. We have to lift them up. We have to let them know, stop, there is a problem. We got to do something about it. And that's what tonight's about. It's about saying, look, at least I've said my piece. That you guys have hurt my heart. And that you guys are aware. I can't do anything, because here's the thing, you can have all the information in the world, unless you take action on it, nothing happens. This is just a free dinner. Right? Maybe like some good conversation, a few laughs. But the thing is, tonight can either be a world-changing night, or it can be just another night where I hung out with friends. And I ask you to make it a world-changing night, not because it just changed your world, but it changed the world around everybody around you. And so the things that I'm going to ask you to do is this: get your nervous system checked. When we do this, we take the money and we're going to be donating it tonight to, we're raising money for backpacks. We're buying backpacks for underprivileged kids. The money has nothing to do with it. In fact, I'm going to ask you, don't sign up. If it's just something that you're not interested in, or you just get caught up, sometimes you get caught up with everybody else doing the same thing. Like if you've ever been in my office, it's busy. And it's only busy because we're making a difference in the world. Nobody would come in if they weren't getting results. The thing that I am going to ask you though is that if you do, we'll make an appointment, show up to that appointment, because guess what happens? If you miss that appointment, guess what happens? Somebody else doesn't get to get in. And so it's just plain selfish. So we'll work with you on your times there and to be able to get in. But the other thing is I want you to come in with an open mind and an open heart, because our job as a team is to be able to pour into you. Our job is to give as much as we possibly can to be able to lift you up and to be able to show you a path, to be able to have the life that you were born to live and you were destined to live there. And so, in a second, we're going to be breaking bread. Like I said, the dinner's just a gift. Like, that's just an opportunity for us to spend time together. Like I said, the true gift is like the opportunity to be able to make a difference. Because today, this is a party. You know what the party is? It's the youngest that you'll ever be. Like, the youngest you'll ever be. Like, nobody ever gets any younger than today. Like, everybody in the room, no matter how old you are. And that's the thing that you have to remember. And guess what tomorrow is? You can celebrate again. It's the youngest that you'll ever be. And so what's going to happen is that one day what's going to happen is we're going to wake up. And the studies show that if you look at the Bible in Genesis, it says we're supposed to live to 120 years old. So that's fact. You look at Harvard. Harvard actually did cell studies, and they said that our bodies aren't even programmed to break down until we're 120 years old. They're not even supposed to start aging. In fact, Discovery Magazine said that they actually found that they estimate that the first 150-year-old person has already been born. Now, we have incredible technology. So we can keep people alive for a long time. Does that make sense? Now, it's the quality of life that you want. And most people are afraid of getting old, because what ends up happening is the average person is 100 years old right now. What they find is that their life expectancy was 60 years old when they were born. So like you thought, well, if I make it to 60, I'm doing good. If I make it to 70, I'm doing good. We need to raise our expectations, whether it's our faith or our science. We're under-living. We've got to raise that bar there. And so what I really want to remind you is that next 150-year-old person could be you. It could be you. Why isn't it you? Like, why would you discount that? But you have a choice of, if you're the way that you're living right now, do you want to be that person? Do you want your child to be that person? And we really have to make some decisions. And that's what tonight's about, is about giving you that tools so you can live, and this is my only job, is to live a life without fear. So you don't have to live a life with fear, because most people live in fear. And if we can take that fear away, and remember, we can turn fear into power, and that's what this is power there. So I thank you guys, and that was perfect timing. Wow. That's the first time I've ever done it. Usually, like, we can third by the time I finish. So you guys are blessings, and thank you for letting me speak my heart tonight. That way, it just felt good. So.